Howdy, y'all. It's Kathy from Rust, Paper, Scissors, and I'm here today to do a do-over. I posted a video on this journal. It's part of what I'm calling my Paris collection. It's, I call it Paris, We'll Always Have Paris. And I wasn't pleased with the video that I did, and since I knew I was going to be doing a do-over, I decided to add a few different things to the journal. And one of the things that I added was I wanted to add this little kind of like pocket journal. It's just, again, a sticky backed velvet mini journal. And it's just blank, but something you could stick in your purse. And the closure is just real easy. I put a velvet ribbon on here, and I just tighten a knot. You probably could tie a bow, but that's it. And then also that comes with the journal is a writing board, and that's this one. This is a vintage writing board. It's a divider, but you put it into your journal, and makes it easier to write on the pages. And then also included in the journal is what I call a rusted elements kit. It's a bunch of paper clips, alligator clip, binder clip, bulldog clip, some book darts, some owl clips, and then there's also a metal prong fastener. There's some rusted staples, there's some D-rings, there's some ribbon crimps, and that all comes with the journal. But the journal is a repurposed Reader's Digest book, and what I do is I take the pages out, and then I cover it with the sticky backed velvet. And this one I added a digital picture. I added some lace on the spine, and then on the back I added some lace and just made a little tuck spot. And included in that tuck spot is just a tag that I made. It's a digital, and it was a dress form, and I added just a little bit of lace on there. And then the back is just another tag, just to cover up the where I put the lace through. So that goes in there. It has one signature. It's held together with my traditional or signature closure, which is the bulldog clip and the chain. It has the little some junk journal jewelry, some chandelier crystals, some ribbon, and that type of things. And then it has a little metal rim tag here on the front. You could take that off if you didn't like it. It is approximately 7 3/4 by 5 1/2, I believe. What I did was I changed the front a little bit. When I knew I was going to be doing it over, I wanted to add a pocket here on the front. I had a pocket on the original journal, but it was hard to get things in and out of. So what I did was I had these, I'm not sure the name of them. It's, let me show you one. It's a little screw and post and screw. Let me put it together. The reason I like this one, I found some in the sewings notion department, but once you put it together, you can't take it apart. This one has a, a thing for a screwdriver, so you could unscrew it and add but it's a little thick. It's kind of a little thick post. So what I did was I added that to the cover, and it allows, I don't know if you can see on here, but it just gives it a little bit more room for the tag to slip in and out. So I'll let you see that again. It's just a little post. I'll try and put the name in the description box below. I can't remember right now what it's called, but I liked using that. So that's a little bit different on the front. And like I say, there's just a little card that I slipped in there. And then it just says journal, but you could change that to the name of it if you want it, or whatever you call it. So let's go inside. The front has just a library card and holder, and then it just has a little lace and some rhinestone trim. This was an idea that I had. Sometimes when you glue fabric, you have to be so careful, and even if you're careful, sometimes the glue will show through. So I was trying to think of what I could do that would make it easier to use some fabric. So I had seen some videos, and there's quite a few out there, talking about making book cloth, and that's where they take fabric and they adhere heat and bond to the fabric, and then that makes it where you can glue it. You can either glue it with an iron, or what I did, I added the heat and bond to the back of this little doily. It just happened to be the perfect size for this journal, so I put the heat and bond on the back. Then rather than ironing it into the journal, I just glued it, and since the heat and bond is on there, the glue doesn't seep through. So I really like that. So I think that's a good hint for somebody. If you're interested in, there's several videos out there about making book cloth. Just look them up, and like I say, the heat and bond is very easy. I really liked using that, but I liked using it just as a way to glue fabric into your journal, and you know, kind of stabilize it. It makes it a little thicker. So this is just a digital print, the Eiffel Tower, and then I backed it with some ribbon twist paper and then some corrugated cardboard. On the side here, I added a rusted ribbon crimp, and then I added the chandelier jewelry. The ribbon crimps make it very easy to add jewelry to the side of your book. So that's the front, and then we open it up. Then this is another one of my signature items, is the metal prong fastener. I use them, I add extra pages to the journal for you to journal in, and then on this one I just added a digital that I printed on some tracing paper. I forgot to say, the journal is all, the papers are all either tea dyed, or sometimes I do use a little bit of the rusted water that I rust some of my items with. So they're, you know, they're all had been altered. The journal is my traditional style, which is a lot of blank pages to give you the room to journal, or for you to make it your own. A lot of the ephemera you can move around and make it your own if you don't like something. Hopefully it's something you could take out or change. But I just really want it to be a blank canvas for you to make your own. So this first page is just some tea-dyed tracing paper, and then I added some lace on the side. And then this is a digital that I printed on parchment paper. And I like the parchment paper because without doing anything to it, it looks a little bit aged, it looks a little mottled, and I think that's a good tip for somebody starting out if you're printing digitals. if you print some on the parchment paper, it gives it a little aged look. Then this was just a receipt that I printed on some tracing paper. This is just some writing paper that that's what I did the rusted water with. And then this is just a little metal rim tag that I printed the little pointing finger. And it's just a place for you to journal. Or, you can add pictures, however you want to use it. Then this is just some copy paper that I had tea dyed and added some lace to it. This is an example of a digital, I'm not sure where I got it, but I love the thing. It went with the French theme. It didn't come, I added the little rusted alligator clip, and then I added a little rhinestone to the end. I like to do that because I like the way that it sticks out when you have the journal closed. You can see the little rhinestone. So that was that. And then this was just some typing book paper. And this is the back. I made it into a tuck spot, and then I closed it with some rusted staples. This is some graphed paper. I added a little sticky backed whale tail just to strengthen the edge when you open and close it. It just, I think that helps. And then this is some more of the tracing paper, another digital printed on the parchment paper. Then this was, I was at the Dollar Tree and I saw that they had the galvanized letters. And so I got them and rusted them and added the word Paris to this page, kind of to help the flip out. If you didn't like that, this was an example, you could tear that off and you wouldn't have to have that in there if you didn't want such a Paris themed journal. And then this is again tracing paper. This was a little fabric flip. It's a flip up. And I put a little gesso on the page so you could write on there, maybe like a little secret journaling. I added the flip up with some of the ribbon crimps that I added the rhinestones to. I sell those in my shop. This is just a little stitchery that I did. It's just a bunch of French knots, and I thought, oh, that goes with the theme of the French journal, so I just added that. And then this is the back of that page. Again, this was a digital that I added. I really liked adding these black and white digitals to the journal. And then this was a tag that I made using the sticky backed velvet. I added a treasury tag to hold the little metal rim tag. And then I love this trim. To me, it looks very Art Deco or very Paris. So I added that. And then this is just another digital that I added here, the tuck spot to the graphed paper. And then in this area, I added, this was a little, it was a digital, it was just really a printout, and I made it into a booklet, added just some blank parchment paper. I stapled it together with the rusted staples and just made a little booklet. Then this was a tag that I made. I believe this is the speckled egg color from Tim Holtz, and then I just added some chiffon ribbon. That's that. And then this is a piece of ledger paper, and on the part that I folded up, I just added some embossed paper, and I thought that looked really pretty. And then when you turn it over, it's also a flip out, and you have all this space to write. This is just some tags that I added. I love this dress form. And then this is just a little digital, and then that's a form I made out of the paper that comes tracing paper when you make a pattern. And then this is a paper clip. I love these I can't find them anymore, so I kind of saved them, but I love the way they rusted and the way they look. The center of my signatures is usually a envelope, and that's what this is. I covered it with some vintage wallpaper, and then I added this rusted number that I got from the Dollar Tree. And then inside the envelope, it's just, I made a little tag on my Cricut that says Paris, and then it says Arc de Triomphe, Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, and the Louvre. And it's just some postcards. I did a little Eiffel Tower, and I stamped carte postale on the back. This is the Arc de Triomphe, and I added again the stamp. And then I believe that's the Louvre. No, that's Notre Dame, and I added the stamp. And then this was just a digital that oops, see if I can get this off. I won't put this back on. It's just some ribbon, and but that's just another little postcard. I left that one blank on the back. So those come with it. And then this was just a digital that I printed again on some parchment paper. The little, looks like a airmail letter, and I left it blank, and that way you could, have some secret journaling or put that in there. So that's what's in the envelope, and I'll put the other back in after I tie it back up. And that just slips in there. And then the back of the envelope is again covered with the sticky backed velvet. A digital of the dress form Paris, and then some corrugated cardboard and ribbon twist paper. This is just some more ledger paper. This was a digital that I printed, and then I just added some of the embossed paper to it as a little tuck spot. On this, the edge of this paper, I added some of the velvet ribbon just to strengthen the edge, so when you open it and close it, it's easier to open and close it, or it strengthens it, I guess. Then this was a digital that I printed. It was a series of envelopes and letters that you could fold and make, to add to your journal. Well, I thought rather than make it into an envelope, I would just make it into a little booklet. And so I did that, and I believe I stapled it together with the rusted staples, yeah. And so that just slips in there. And then, yep. I'll do that after a while. I'll fix that. It looks like it tore. This is just the graphed paper. Again, it opens up. This is a little digital flower that I made. And then this is just a couple of tags, and they're held together with a owl clip. I really like these. I think they're cute. I sell them in my shop. And then this was just a tag that I added the faux French enameled numbers. You could make it a tuck spot. But that's just the tags. And then this is just some math paper from a math book. I added, again, that rhinestone trim that I think looks very Art Deco. So I added that. And then on this side, I just added a couple of tags, a little dress form, and then my favorite digital, the little French lady with the French poodle. So I like to include her. And then this is just a rusted alligator clip that I have them held on there with. This is just a page. It's the tea-stained copy paper. I added some ribbon on the side to make a tuck spot. I added that with the rusted ribbon crimps. And then these I just stuck in. It's just a couple of digitals, some lavender. And these were a pretty blue French tags. And I thought they went really well. Like maybe in the journal you might have a place to put them that goes very well with the blue on the writing papers. So I just included those for you to find a spot for them. And then, again, this is some writing paper. And then this is the back of that parchment paper. That's the digital, the tracing paper. This is some more craft paper. And this one I added this little tag I made. I believe this is from the Graphics Fairy Forget-Me-Not bundle. And I love that picture. And I just put it on some corrugated cardboard. You could write on the back. That's that. Oh, okay. And then this is, again, it folds out with the sticky backed velvet. This was a tag. You know, when we print a lot of digitals, you get a lot of small things. So what I did was I took this little flower and I put it onto a metal rim tag, and then I heat embossed it. And I thought it looked really pretty and added that to the top of the tag. This is just a tag that I made. Again, it was just a digital. And then on the back, I added a guest check that you could write on. Since it was a chocolate, I guess, sellers or shop, I thought it would be fun to have a guest check, you know, where you write on the back. Kind of went with the chocolate shop. One of the things that I wanted to mention was on this one, and I don't know if you can see it. I've noticed that a lot of people are sometimes adding some kind of gold leaf or I'm not sure what it is on the side of their digitals, and it looks really pretty. I didn't have any of that, but I did have a jelly roll pen that is clear. It's called Clear Star, and I don't know that you can see it, but what I did was on the flowers and on the crown, I added this gold or this clear ink. I kind of am challenging myself this year not to buy anything new, like a new set of like pens or a new set of watercolors, or you know, I'm just trying to use my stash. And so that's why I pulled these out. I've had these for a long time. I think they're called Jelly Roll pencils or pens, and I added it to it, and I really liked it's very subtle, but I wanted to show you. You can add it to, I don't know if you can see it on this. This is on a light colored cardstock. You could see that it's the leaves is what I put the clear kind of gold ink on. And I also did it on this black tag. There at the bottom, I just inked it, and I'll show you. I'll do a little example. If you wanted to go along the side, you could just I want to make sure I'm in front, but if you just go along the edge, it's very easy to add a little embellishment there. I know it's hard to see. I don't know that my light is that great, but it really works. But think about using your Jelly Roll pens. Maybe your children have some. Here's an example. This is an example of just some cardstock, and I'll just write my name. And I don't think you can really see that. Let's see. Let's color in a little bit of the Eiffel Tower here. Maybe you can see that. But it goes really fast. It's not hard to do. But just another little example of something different you might try. There's, I guess you can see it there if I hold it in the light. It just adds a little shimmer to your tags or cards. Also, the Jelly Roll pens have a white pen, and a lot of times I know people take the white and they do, you know, dots, or they do dashes like sewing. So I just wanted to let you know that there is also a white pen. I don't know that it has a name, but it's just the Jelly Roll, and it's the white. The cap is white, but you can add some white to your tags too, and I think it would work on the black. Yeah, it works on dark. So that's just an example of, or maybe you just want to color the edge for some reason. It just lets you do that. Okay, so that's that. The other thing I wanted to talk about that I didn't mention was when I was talking about using lace and fabric, a lot of times on the lace, and I've talked about this before, I use a product called Fray Check on the ends because I know a lot of times people like the ends to ravel, but I don't always really want them to ravel too much. So I usually add the Fray Check onto my ribbon that is fraying. I don't know if I have an example here. I don't think I do, but I just wanted to mention that. So that's those tags. This was another example of the using the gold on a digital, and I'm not sure if you can see that. And then this is another little sticky back tag I made, and it just added the lace. I thought a picture would look really pretty on there. So I love the sticky back velvet. It's so easy to use. When I was telling you about the journal that I covered it in the sticky back velvet, I did a tutorial on how I do that, and I will link that with this video. But so the rest of these are just the same pages, not too exciting. There's that the receipt on the tracing paper, and then this is just that digital printed on the parchment paper, and then this is the tracing paper. This is the back of the signature, and this was just a digital that I added. It's a tuck spot. And then I didn't talk about there's lace on the bottom here. I believe that's vintage lace. I got it at a resale shop. This is, again, the other little jewelry for the journal held on with the ribbon twist. Then this was some not lace, I guess it's lace that I got at Hobby Lobby. I really love that. I think it's so pretty. I made it into a belly band. And then I just added a couple of little tags. I thought this little girl looked kind of like a little French little girl. And then this is just, I believe that's a pennies. And then this was the back of a cabinet card. So, and from Paris, so I included that. Again, this is one of those paper clips. I love these things. I wish I could find some more of them. And then it just slips in there. And then the back here is, I just don't want that to, there we go. The back is a doily that's vintage, and I just glued it down to make a tuck spot. And then inside, again, you know, when we get a lot of the digitals, this was a coin envelope that I got. When I was at Dollar Tree the other day, I ran across, they had some sachet packets, and I made a video telling how I took the larger sachet packets that they sell and broke them down into smaller sachet packets and added it to this little coin envelope and stuck it in here. It's just a subtle little, the smell is not overpowering, but I thought it was nice to have that something a little special. And then this is just a series of guest checks. I love to use the guest checks. I use them in packaging my products that I sell on Etsy, and then we write notes on them at home. And then, so this I just added about 4 or 5 together and stapled them together with some rusted staples. And you could use them as this booklet, or you could tear them apart and use them within the journal. And then I also added in the back, I love the old, not that they're that old, but the negatives, and this is some 8mm film. And then these negatives, I'm not sure, a friend of mine gave me these, and I don't know what kind of camera that took them, but they're, much bigger. But I like to include those in the journal because it'd be fun to maybe post your picture with the film strip behind it, or the smaller negatives. Just something different to use. And so I'll put all that back together when I close it up. So this is my do-over. I did add a few things. I added the little extra journal, and then like I say, I changed the cover and did some things. So that's it. It is for sale in my Etsy shop. I would appreciate it if you would leave me a comment, and if you would like to subscribe, I would love that. It'd also help me if you hit the like button. I want to thank everybody for their time and consideration. Thank you.